What are you really running for? It was a quiet morning at the monastery. A light mist still hung gently around the old tiled roofs when a young man in his late 20s walked in. He wore sleek athletic gear, a shiny smartwatch on his wrist. His quick steps and sharp eyes gave off the energy of someone who was on the path to success. He introduced himself as someone working in tech, a product lead at a promising startup. Outside of work, he invested in cryptocurrency, hit the gym every morning at 6, and listened to podcasts while cooking. On paper, his life was the definition of inspiring. But when he sat down across from me, in the stillness of the meditation hall, his voice softened, almost cracked. I feel like I'm on a treadmill that just keeps speeding up. I'm trying my hardest, but I'm not getting anywhere. I looked at him and asked, "What would happen if you stopped running?" Without hesitation, he replied, "I'd fall behind. Others would pass me. I'd lose momentum." I nodded gently, then asked another question. "What happens if you never stop?" This time he fell silent. A long moment passed. And then he looked down. No answer came. I invited him to follow me to the back of the monastery, to an old room we rarely used, filled with stored items. Inside, covered in dust, stood an old treadmill someone had once donated. It hadn't been used in years, but still worked, though barely. I plugged it in. The belt sputtered to life, spinning fast, aimless. "Step on," I said. He looked at me, confused. "But it doesn't go anywhere." "Exactly," I replied. "No matter how fast you run, you stay in the same place. Your body thinks you're surviving, but in truth, you're just exhausting yourself in place." He stood in silence, watching the machine whirl. Then he let out a long breath, the kind that seemed to come from a weariness buried deep. And then he whispered a line I will never forget. "I thought I was chasing growth, but maybe I've just been running away from stillness." He stayed at the monastery for a few more days. He didn't check his email, didn't track his steps, didn't update the markets. He just slowed down. Not because he gave up, but because, for the first time in years, he wanted to move toward something real. Modern life teaches us that faster, busier, and more is better. That success means always doing, always achieving. But the truth isn't that simple. You can work nonstop, stay busy from morning to night, and stack up accomplishment after accomplishment, and still feel empty. You can go far down a path, but if it's the wrong one, every step only takes you further from yourself. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do isn't to keep running, but to stop. Step off the treadmill in your mind and ask, why was I running in the first place? You can't escape emptiness by filling your life with noise, tasks, and goals that don't truly belong to you. You can't hustle your way out of a misaligned soul. Slow down. Listen. Move toward what is real. Because life is not a race, it's a journey. And you deserve to walk toward the place where your heart finally feels at peace.